This question's frustrating because it seems like, all right, if we need a conclusion for the passage, we need to have read the passage. And the way that I answer the writing questions, I'm kind of just skipping around from piece to piece. I'm not reading every single line. Um, Still, you probably know enough about what's going on here. The title is really helpful, right? The peanut power. They're talking about the turning these packing peanuts into batteries, and this guy Pohl is running the lab that did it. And so we kind of already have our own dumb summary of what's going on. Now we can just kind of look, I don't know, and narrow our focus a bit to this last paragraph. We're trying to conclude the passage. Well, the whole paragraph is supposed to be some sort of conclusion. What is it saying? The process for recycling packing peanuts that Pohl and his team developed is not at all that complicated. It requires less time and energy than the humdrum method of making lithium-ion batteries, which uses carbon in the form of graphite. Shireen Obear, a professor of chemistry at Western Michigan University, familiar with the team's research, noted that Pohl's method could be used to successfully recycle other polystyrene-based materials. This additional benefit attests to the future promise of the work being done in Pohl's lab. So, what am I highlighting? I'm just kind of highlighting key ideas. I don't care about the chemistry here. I don't care about the specifics. Just it's good is really what it comes down to. Well, now A, in fact, the process that Pohl and his team devised would take several days fewer than the process currently used to make anodes for lithium-ion batteries. Well, that's true, but we already said that, right? That's what the whole passage already said, and they're kind of presenting it as if it's like a new fact. But not only did they say it in other parts of the passage, but like it would take several days fewer, like literally, we just said that in this exact paragraph. So this is not really a conclusion. It's kind of maybe like a conclusion in a very basic way, right? Like it's a restatement of what we've said, but it's not really concluding it in a really effective way. It's repetitive. We want to either add something or kind of summarize. We want to close it out. B, thus lithium-ion batteries are more effective than the lithium batteries that preceded them. Well, no, because they haven't adopted this new method, really. They're still making them the old way. They just showed that they could make them this new way. So this is just like not true. But also, is it really about the batteries? No. I mean, they're kind of ending with this guy Pohl and the lab and what they're doing. So it doesn't really seem to flow from the ideas we were just talking about. C, furthermore, other researchers are experimenting with burning packing peanuts in order to use their heat to generate energy, a process known as thermal recycling. Well, we really want to end the paragraph by talking about other researchers and other uses, this thermal recycling thing. It's not really great to conclude a passage by kind of beginning a completely new idea. So maybe this is the opposite problem of A. And that leaves us with D, which is the answer. For now, Pohl and his team hope that this process will be widely adopted and will turn a ubiquitous waste product into a useful household item. So yeah, like, hey, we invented this thing, it's really efficient, it's really good, we'd like it to be everywhere. We'd like more people to use it because it's useful. That seems to conclude the passage. And especially because like the last piece right here, future promise of the work being done in Pohl's lab, matches nicely with like what they hope will happen in the future. It will turn, right? So there's this futureness to this. So there's a connection even just to the previous sentence. So yeah, narrow your focus. You can kind of start to notice these things. The dumb summary, I think, points us to maybe A and D just from a dumb summary. But then when we really narrow our focus to more detail, we see that, well, D is just like a better conclusion. It kind of wraps things up, whereas A just kind of repeats things. And yeah, you want it to not be an extra sentence, a redundant sentence. You want it, yeah, to close things out. That's just a good conclusion. So hopefully that helped, and that gives you something to think about the next time they ask for something so broad at the end of a passage.